about AI and creative thinking development in higher education. Our speaker today is Tatiana Muravana. She is program specialist at the UNESCO Institute for Information Technologies and Education, and she is involved in different projects related to advancing the integration of information technologies in education and working to enhance learning outcomes and assess through digital tools and resources. So, Tatiana, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Svetlana. During our day and part of the day discussions, we were focused on the secondary school teachers, secondary school educational settings, environments, curricula, etc. We trying to submit to move these creative thinking development efforts and practices into higher education settings. As it has been discussed already during our summit, artificial intelligence brings both challenges and possibilities to human creativity. Of course, AI is a powerful tool and a catalyst that can enhance our creative thinking potential, but it also challenges our definition of authorship, originality, and the very nature of the creative process. When it comes to the use of AI tools to develop students' creativity in higher education settings, and to promote creative use of the advanced technologies in teaching and in education management, we face their identical challenges. Questions arise about the authenticity of AI-generated work and whether it dilutes the value of human experience and emotion. Legal and ethical uncertainties around training the data, was it copyrighted or not, and there are outputs, who owns the output, the user, the developer, or the AI itself, complicate regulatory process needed to regulate the AI use in education and in science. AI models trained on existing data can perpetuate and amplify societal biases that can lead to unequal learning experience or to detriment of students from certain backgrounds. There is a risk that job market could devalue human technical skills and craft, overemphasizing the idea or prompt over the years of practice traditionally required. On the other hand, there is a risk, or at least rather valid concerns, that the reliance on AI systems, on chatbots, can result in de-skilling both for teachers and for students. But despite all these issues, it must be admitted that AI is not just a new tool for education delivery. It's a paradigm shift that forces a re-examination of assessment, of pedagogy, ethics, and even purpose of education. Addressing the AI creativity nexus is essential to ensuring that education remains relevant, equitable, and focused on developing the unique human potential of every student. The current consensus is that the human-AI collaborative model, where the machine generates options and the human provides the intent, curation, and emotional depth, could be the most effective way to integrate AI into education. These processes increase the urgency of teacher training in the field of AI to critically assess AI tools, ensuring safe and effective integration into the classroom, and maintaining human connection and guidance. Teachers are expected to be designers and facilitators of students learning with AI, the guardians of safe and ethical practice across AI-rich educational environments, and to act as a role model for lifelong lifelong learning about AI. Teachers are expected to teach students to experiment with emerging technologies, to explore multiple solutions to problems, fostering a mindset of curiosity and creativity. Last year, UNESCO issued AI competency framework for teachers that reflects the human-centered approach taken by UNESCO. As a global reference, these tools guide development of national AI competency frameworks, informs teacher training programs, and helps in designing assessment parameters. It also provides strategies for teachers to build AI knowledge, apply ethical principles, and support their professional growth. It's emphasized in the framework that teachers need skills to apply and creatively customize AI tools to serve student-centered, AI-assisted teaching and learning environment, and teachers need to enhance their capacities, the capacity of critically adapt and creatively explore innovative practices in the context of advancing capabilities and emerging AI iterations. The framework consistently argues that promoting creativity means using AI not a replacement for student thought, but as a scaffolding tool. Together with my colleagues, I'm representing here UNESCO Institute for the Information Technologies and Education. And the only Category 1, UNESCO Category 1 institute that holds a global mandate for ICT in education, IITE focuses on advancing the ethical, inclusive, and safe use of AI in education, and on promoting a human-centered and inclusive digital transformation of education. These include policy advocacy, research and analysis of best practices, building AI competencies among teachers and students, and promoting social, emotional learning and healthy lifestyles. Empowering teachers with digital skills and AI competencies is a key program area for us. The creative use of AI in teaching and the development of students' creativity were among the topics covered in 4 Russian language microlearning courses on generative AI use in higher education. Generative AI as a teaching tool, prompt engineering for higher education teachers, generative AI and challenges and opportunities of learning progress assessment, and the last course is on how to teach students to use generative AI for learning. These courses are Russian language because our very important area, our focus targeted countries are Central Asian countries and CIS countries, and Russian is the language of international cooperation, and we deliver these Russian language courses are perhaps most popular than English language courses on the same subject in these countries. These 4 training courses have been developed in cooperation with the International Center for Higher Education Innovations under the auspices of UNESCO. Creative use of artificial intelligence tools was also reflected in the Russian language online courses developed by UNESCO IITE for higher education teachers on media information literacy and on learning analytics. The first course included media and information literacy related knowledge, skills, attitudes and values that can help educators not only to protect themselves from the risks, but also to benefit from the opportunities that AI brings. The course on learning analytics includes the submodule with insights on how to foster and how to assess creativity using and examining different learning data. However, the most vivid example of the Institute activities in the field of enhancing teacher capacity for fostering creativity is our new online course, the development of which is currently being finalized. This is English language training course titled The Creative Educator Meets AI. This course is intended to equip higher education teachers with a deep understanding of creativity in the context of AI, enabling them to critically integrate AI as collaborative partner in teacher and in innovation, while preserving the uniquely human dimensions of pedagogy. The course invites educators to critically examine the balance between what remains uniquely human in teaching and learning, and which tasks can be effectively supported by AI. This training course aims to facilitate the shifting the classroom from knowledge transmission to a co-creative laboratory where human insights and AI's generative capacity enrich one another. Across the four suggested modules, participants will explore how AI can enhance creative thinking by expanding idea generation, enabling interdisciplinary connections, scaffolding reflective practices, and sustaining flow. As you can see, the first module maps AI creative roles to higher education teaching and practices, and sets the stage for participants to embrace creativity as both a mindset and as a transformative practice in teaching and in becoming a creative educator. The second module highlights shifting trajectories in higher education and the constructive role AI can play in advancing teaching, learning, and academic innovation. Following the module, participants will explore how AI can rapidly produce ideas and uncover expansive solution space, while humans provide the essential refinement, context, and ethical guidance informed by empathy and experience. Module 3 offers a gradual scaffolded roadmap from productivity to partnership, from collaboration to critical reflection and towards future-oriented learning. It explores symbiosis, encouraging deep co-creation in which AI becomes a true creative partner. The module reaches meta-creativity, prompting critical reflection on the meaning, on the value, ethical implications of AI-enhanced creative work. The final module, number 4, invites participants to imagine the long-term future of higher education in an AI-rich world through the lenses of foresight, sustainability, and the safeguarding of human potential. Based on the sequenced learning path suggested in the course, participants will be asked to critically evaluate future educational scenarios, identify emerging relevant pedagogical patterns in their fields, and craft personalized roadmap to future-proof their own teaching. The key course learning outcomes are the following. Recognize both classical and contemporary frameworks of creativity, including those that account for the complexities of AI era. Internalize that effective creativity in education emerges from the complementary strengths of human in context, meaning, judgment, and AI, novelty, large-scale experimentation, pattern recognition. Utilize a practical step-by-step framework for embedding AI as a co-creative partner, enhancing productivity without compromising reflective, critical pedagogy. And the last outcome, challenge linear teaching trajectories and to explore hybrid approaches to creative problem solving that future-proof higher education. Learning on this course will be self-paced and of course will be free of charge, accessible for everyone. We are developing this course together with Shanghai Open University within our joint project. We do hope that the course will support teachers and educators in exploring the transformative role of artificial intelligence in fostering creativity and ethical teaching in higher education. As experienced academics, they will bring their deep disciplinary knowledge, pedagogical expertise, and reflective capacities. The course builds on this strength and invites educators to deepen their knowledge, expand their perspective, and teaching practices within the rapidly evolving context of artificial intelligence. You will be able to find the link to the course. We will publish it on our website, and you can find as well a lot of interesting and useful resources for secondary school teachers and for higher education educators on the website of UNESCO Institute for Information Technologies in Education. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Tatiana. Well, indeed, we started with a delay, and now I have a kind of challenge because I am chairing the next session, and I should think about it. So, are there any questions from the audience, please?
Okay, thank you very much. Very quickly. So, Anna from Portugal, the University. Thank you very much for this chair and for your presentation. Just a very quick question. I'm responsible at the presidency for education and innovation, and of course, this is one of the great topics. I would just like to know, because at this moment we are dealing with the development of policy and strategy regarding what we will do in our university, of course, because teachers are asking, and we know it's very relevant for guidelines, and we are struggling between what we will publish in these policies from your experience. What would be some suggestions for us? Thank you very much.
I guess this is very complicated question dealing with ambitious political documents, policy document. So perhaps we can briefly discuss after this session. Yes, thank you. But by the way, there is a policy recommendations published by UNESCO. These rather general recommendations, but the main logic, main steps, but what should be reflected in this kind of policy document, we can find there.
Thank you. Dorothy again. Tatiana, thanks. A very interesting presentation. But when I speak to people in higher education at the moment, and I think you'll agree with me, they are all obsessed with how AI is being used to plagiarize and how AI is used to cheat. I'm hoping that you address that somewhere in the documentation. But also, and I find this very frequently the case, no discussion of cost. How much is it going to cost to implement? And then the bigger questions that we're dealing with today in terms of technological hegemony. Who owns the AI agents? How does that affect your culture? So I think what we have been encouraging in some of the other fora that I work with is we're encouraging countries to look at this very critically and see what kind of work they need to do to develop their own AI agents, at least for the purposes of education. And so these are very interesting questions. Some of them are bigger than the discussions here, but I wanted to mention them. But particularly, you seem to gloss over some of these problematic areas. Right?
You're absolutely right, Dorothy. And UNESCO concern about the cost for education, technology cost, and about on whose terms we distributed and integrated these technologies. All these concerns are reflected in 2023 Global Education Monitoring Report on technologies in education. And these important questions are without clear answers so far. But at least we articulate these challenges, and I think your proposal to discuss and to think about this topic, a very important topic, are very good. Thank you. Sorry, we should finish.
So I have to close the session. Thank you very much to all the participants and to our speaker.